I'm here to talk about market liquidity and how this is important for the market in general, in particular for ICOs and exchanges and market participants that try to enter the market or exit the market at any point of time. I'm going to talk about a specific case. It's a token issuer, XYZ. This token issuer, this ICO has a great product, a great team of advisors. Marketing team is excellent. Community in Telegram is amazing. They have 20,000 users, very active, all of them real users. But there is a problem. They go to the market, and once in the market, they find out that there is nothing happening. Nobody's trading. There is a very wide spread. And you may ask yourselves, so what's the spread? Why is it so important? We'll talk about this in a little while, but they thought everything was going to be fine. They thought everything was perfect in their company, in their team, in their ICO. And they thought once in the market, they would have success. And they measure success sometimes by volume, sometimes by price. If there are no market participants accessing the market to trade the tokens or the coins, there will be no traction. The exchanges would have no interest in listing those tokens onto the exchange. Or if they're going to be listed, they're going to charge them a fortune. And this is why it's important that market makers are always part of the budget of an ICO on the program. So let's talk about who are the people that are going to access the market. Who are the people interested on going into the market and trading? They are investors, speculators, in general, market participants. Those people need to trade cheap and need to trade fast. There is no use, no interest for anybody to go into a market where they cannot trade. And if they see a mid price of 1, but the highest bid or ask is 13.5% wide, they will not be able to access the market. These are market takers, the people that are accessing the market to trade with someone else. Market makers are most probably the other side of the equation. If you go to any market and you see, this is an example, a real example, we took this yesterday. Ask price, mid, and bid, the spread is 35%. Not only the spread is very big, but the order sizes are very small. Nobody will trade this. The volume on this coin yesterday was ridiculous, like $300 or something like that. This is why market making is important at early stages of the project, not only when it's mature, not only when it has reached the exchange and volumes are dropping or prices dropping. It's important since the beginning of the project. How GSR views the market. We've been in this space since 2013. We were one of the primary market makers for Ripple. And what we've seen in the market recently, in recent months, is that new exchanges pop up. New players come in. These new exchanges try to gather attention from the market, because we all rank the exchanges in CoinMarketCap by volume. We all try to see who is the highest volume in the market. Those figures are, in many occasions, not real. We see lots of fake volumes in the market. Exchanges are finding new creative ways of incentivizing volume makers. That is not very different for market makers. Market makers are providing liquidity, and liquidity is very different, or it's different to doing wash trades. We find ourselves answering and trying to educate our customers on how different it is market making from wash trading. We see so-called market makers in the industry trying to sell market making services, and what they're trying to sell are wash trades. They're selling commitments for volumes. This is a cancer for our industry, for the crypto industry. We cannot be compared market makers with companies that are doing or selling fake volumes. Exchanges, on the other hand, sometimes allow this kind of behavior, sometimes they encourage this kind of behavior, and sometimes they even do it themselves. This is no secret for anybody, but it's becoming more and more common. The latest example of innovative ways of creating volumes, we've been following this for the last 2 weeks, is the more you trade, the more tokens of this exchange you get. Who is putting any system in place to prevent wash trades? Nobody. I know of very few exchanges that are working towards automatic systems to prevent wash trades on their exchanges. It's a very easy exercise. If you go to CoinMarketCap, and this is something that I invite everybody to do, if you go to CoinMarketCap and you rank the exchanges per volume, you get the volume traded per day, and you go to any of these websites that are analyzing the number of visits that the website has. If you divide the number of visits by the volume traded, you will get a ratio. Rate those exchanges by that ratio. You'll see that the highest volume exchanges are probably the ones that have the highest ratio. That means those probably are the ones that are allowing or, let's say, facilitating people to trade on a not so legit way. I'm going to give you a little overview of GSR. We are 35 employees. We started in November 2013. We started being primary market makers for Ripple, and since then we've provided market making services for exchanges, token issuers, and we've also, what we have right now, it's a company that serves not only providing liquidity to the market, but also sourcing liquidity to the market. We have an OTC desk, and we execute programmatic selling, buying, or programs to our customers. In many occasions, we find ourselves with customers that come to us. They have advised ICOs, they are ICOs funders, or whales with large amounts of tokens, and they cannot get out of their positions because the market is very illiquid. It's very hard to find a buyer for an OTC side or a big size of an order on OTC. So the only way to get out of those illiquid positions is by executing programs with bots on the market. We are integrated with 19 different exchanges, and we continuously work towards integration with new exchanges. And we've traded more than $5 billion since in 2017. Yes, this has been my presentation. I'll be around for the rest of the afternoon. If you have any questions, please come and ask. I'll be happy to answer any question. Thank you.